Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing my June wrap up. So I managed to read a total of 4 books in June, which was the best I could do. It was a busy month, what can I say? And yeah, I'll share what I thought about them. So the first one that I read was actually chosen for me to read first by my patrons, and that was Book Boyfriend. And this one kind of disappointed me. I had such high hopes for this book because it's a gay romance book about a book publisher and an author who like is thirsting after his best friend. And so I was like, okay, that sounds awesome. I'm a book lover. I work with a lot of publishers. I think this will be great. It sounds like the best romance book for any like literary lover. And yeah, no, it was so disappointing because I wouldn't say so disappointing, but it was just like it was very disappointing to me because the main character was so whiny and annoying. Like I could not handle this main character. They were constantly like the pining was, when there's like a good level of pining, this pining was like quadrupled. Like it was too much pining and it was just ridiculous. Like so many things could have been solved in this book if this character, instead of pining or like feeling sorry for themselves, could just like have a conversation with somebody that would fix everything. And they would like hyperfixate on things that they thought would be the best way to do things and then just keep like rationalizing it, but not like rationalizing it in their head but not actually rationalizing it. So they were just kind of like thinking about it in their head until they thought about it so much that they thought that was like the best way to do something without actually discussing with people to kind of see if maybe that is a good idea. Yeah. So the main character just drove me nuts. And that kind of brought my rating down for this because I just could not stand them. I think I'm going to give this book a 3, but like low 3. Because I still liked the rest of the book. Like I liked the story of him like writing a book, and I liked his other characters. So like his friend that he's thirsting after, I liked them. I liked his co-worker. They had like a little parrot that worked at their office too, and I thought that was really fun. So there were other elements to this book that I enjoyed, but the main character just drove me nuts, and so it really like hardened my rating on it, because if I don't like the main character of a book and I have to read from that character's perspective for the whole book, like it's just, yeah, it's definitely putting a damper on how I'm going to feel about it. And like maybe if this character actually got better as it went, there could have been like some more happy feelings about them, but I just did not really enjoy how they went about anything. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. Then I read A Lesson in Vengeance, and you guys probably would have seen this if you watched my reading vlog because it was for the Once Upon a Book Club book box. I read this book and did a reading vlog where I got to open the different gifts as I read through. Overall, I enjoyed the book. I think I would give it probably like a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The more that I've sat on it, yeah, I originally thought I was going to give it 4 stars, but the more like I've thought about it, I'm bringing it down to 3.5. I enjoyed the like dark, mysterious vibes of this book, and there were definitely witchy vibes at the beginning and somewhat throughout, but it was also kind of like a murder mystery at the same time, and so I enjoyed that as well because I do really like thrillers. The way it ended, though, the more I think about it, is just not really what I was expecting, and like not in a good way. I don't know. I feel like they could have done a lot of other things to end this book rather than what they did. And so I don't know. It definitely was given those dark vibes. Like I would still recommend reading this around like Halloween time because you definitely get like the dark academia vibes, which if you like those vibes, then I think you will like this. There's also like a lot of references to like literature in this book. So, and by that I mean like classic literature. So if you're a big fan of that, then you might enjoy this as well. But yeah, I don't know. It was a little lackluster to what I was like hoping for. I was expecting a little bit more, but I still really enjoyed the experience, and I enjoyed doing the Once Upon a Book Box thing because it definitely immerses you more in the story because you get to open gifts that are directly related to the book. So like I enjoyed that experience, and I would continue to do these Once Upon a Book Club book boxes because they're always so much fun. But yeah, 3.5. Then I read the Passing Playbook, and this book was so good. You guys, I loved this book. I flew through it. I think I read it within like a matter of days because I just could not put this one down. I think I would give this one like actually 5 out of 5 stars. It was really good. I really related with one of the main characters. Oh yeah, if you don't know what this book is about, it's about a boy who transfers to a new school, and he's hesitant about joining the soccer team because he's trans and he doesn't want that to get out. He kind of wants to just be like himself without being like the trans kid. And so he's kind of hesitant, but is noticed by the coach and other players in gym class, and they're like, hey, you're good. Like, we want you on the team. So they end up joining the team and then kind of falling for another boy on the team, and it goes from there. And yeah, so this book, it was really good because there's a lot of real raw emotion in this book, and it shows that there are so many ways to like accept or be accepting and be loving towards the LGBTQ plus community. And it was just so, it was so heartwarming to read this book. I loved it so much. But I really related with one of the characters in the book because they come from a religious family, and so they have like a lot of internal struggle throughout the book because of how they were raised and how their family views the world, and like their views are pretty much on the world based on their religion. So like everything that they read in the Bible is like what they're going forward with in their day-to-day life. Like I understood that because I've grown up in that atmosphere. So I directly understood what this character's feelings were on the subject, because they're trying to be their true self, but they could only be their true self in certain situations, and other times they kind of had to hide who they were. And yeah, it was very relatable. And I remember having like a side chat with Marcus while reading this book and like talking all about that and being like, I understand this character so much. Like I feel like I've lived this character's life. We're very connected in a way because of this like way that we were raised. So yeah, I don't know. It was a really good book. It was very powerful in many different ways. I would definitely recommend this book to anybody, honestly. It was really good. And then the last book I read before the end of the month was Teddy Spencer Isn't Looking for Love. And so this is following two characters who work at the same company but end up having to go on a work trip together to like pitch an idea to a big investor, and end up getting put in a hotel room with only one bed. And yeah, so that's all it really tells you on the back. But I liked this book a lot. Like I would probably give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It is a little bit of like insta-lovey, which I'm not normally a fan of, but in this case, I had a great time with it. I enjoyed it a lot. And there's this very like eccentric old lady in this book that just kind of like does whatever she wants because she has lots of money. And I thought she was kind of hilarious because she just kept putting people in like interesting situations. And she was like, whatever. I got like loads of money. I can do whatever. So I just thought like her no shits given attitude was hilarious. But yeah, this one was pretty cool. And also one of the main characters is a developer. Like I'm a developer too. So I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I get what this guy's going through. And then the other main character is a designer, which I also have studied for. I went to school for graphic design. So like I understand both ends of that spectrum. So it was fun to follow along in this like rom-com book with these two characters and see how things developed. But yeah, this one was a fun, quick read that I would recommend. So yeah, check it out if you want a male-male romance. And those are all the books that I read in the month of June. Let me know if you've read any of those books in the comments below. I will also put the links to them in the description so you can go check them out if you want to. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Ko-fi page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as a link to buy my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.